Hi, Jay here, back again for another review, and this time we're going to be looking at these two little bad boys. Two of the SQ series of 3D printed mechanical squonkers from Yiloong. We have the SQ Xbox mechanical squonker and the SQ Predator mechanical squonker. Let's give them a whirl then, shall we? Come on then. Yeah, so guys, here we are with two of the SQ series of 3D printed mechanical squonkers from Yiloong. Here is the SQ Xbox. These come in a range of colours and patterns. I believe it's blue, green, orange and pink. And here is the more traditional looking SQ Predator. And this one has got a cool Predator logo, like a face embossed on the front. Very nice. Now Yiloong are a well-known company out of China. They are the guys which brought us the Fogger line of atomizers a couple of years back, which were very popular. Now back then we had the K-Funs, the Russians and the like, which were all very good atomizers, but were priced out of most people's price range. So they had little choice but to go down the clone route and end up having a shit experience. So Yiloong noticed this and they pumped out the Fogger line of atomizers, which were also very good but were priced more on the budget market. So they become very popular, me myself included. And now they have done it again with the 3D printed squonker market. Most of the good quality 3D printed squonkers are all high priced, which were unaffordable for the average Joe, or they are made in so few numbers you're going to be older than God's dog before you get your hands on one. But now Yiloong have launched a line of good quality 3D printed squonkers which are readily available. And here is a couple of them for you to see. I got these sent on direct from Yiloong, free for the purposes of the review. So thanks to Jack over at Yiloong for that. But my opinion is going to remain honest and accurate as always. So without further ado, we're going to go down to the table. I'm going to show you what you get in the box and all that good stuff. So come on then. So guys, here we go with the packaging. Start with this one first. Put this one out the way. Simple, effective, minimalistic packaging. You got Yiloong branding on the top. It says 3D printed squonker on the sleeve portion. Nothing much on the back. You got the Yiloong vape, some warnings, this little clip for the retailer to hang it up. I think this is aimed at sort of an impulse buy. They'd be hanging in the retail shop on a rack, and somebody would come in and go, "Oh, what's that?" That type of thing. So yeah, minimalistic but clean and crisp. So you pull this off. You've got a clamshell design packaging. And there's a mod. Mine came as a kit with the IDA, but I believe you can buy the standalone mod on its own. Now, if you're an experienced vapor, you probably ain't going to want the IDA, but I think it's designed more for a beginner. Take out the packaging. It's pretty much what you get in the packaging, just that. It would be nice to see some battery safety information, seeing as though this is a mechanical mod, but it is what it is. And here we have the mod. Start with the RDA. Yeah, pretty simple RDA, 2-post. There's your squonk hole in the bottom. It's designed by Yiloong on the base. It's all Pyrex glass. Direct coil airflow. No adjustability, but as I said, it's just for a beginner. If you're new to squonking, I would suggest getting the kit with this RDA, because this is a great little RDA for learning how to build, learning how squonking works. I have tried it and it is pretty decent vape, although it is a bit tight for my liking, but this is the star of the show, the mod. It's all 3D printed. I believe the material is nylon. Nice button. This has got like a rough texture to it, but it's quite soft. Feels like it's really soft in the hand. Nice and comfy. Pull the door off. It's like a half and half design. You've got your magnets. I had no issues with magnets. They're quite strong, and then none of them have come out. It's got this scale type pattern, and like an egg shape squonk hole. Pretty big to get your thumb in, but it's pretty strong material, guys. It's not like steel, but it is going to take some hammering before you break it. So first one I did use for some torch testing. It's quite strong, guys. Takes a lot of force to break it, so just keep that in mind. You get this baggie, some cotton, some O-rings, the famous blue screwdriver. Gets everywhere, doesn't it? A couple of coils. I don't think you'll be getting this in the standalone mod. I think this is, you just get this with the kit. There's the insides. Try to focus out a bit so I can take it up close. There's the internals. Clean, crisp, minimalistic. Pull your bottle out. It's a nice bottle, guys. It's not super soft, but it's not shit. It's a really nice feeling bottle. Squonks really well, performs really well, so it's all you need it to be. Does hold 13 mLs, which is an added bonus. So, good bottle. There's the insides. Now you'd think this kind of design would be weak, but it is very strong, considering it's 3D printed. You can see there's a texture design. It's like that rough sandpapery type feel. Got the X logo on the back. Got nice rounded battery contacts. I've had no problems with ripping my wraps. As you can see, it's got a dimple on the negative end. Nice 510. As I say, they've not tried to copy anybody else's designs. They've just gone cheap, affordable, minimalistic, which works. So, kudos for that. There's the button. You can press it pretty much anywhere on the button and it'll fire. There's it contacting the 510 pin. All copper. Nicely cut. insulation on the contacts. Very nice. The door just slides on like that. Very nice. There's your 510. Designed by Yiloong herself. It's spring loaded, guys. You've got a spring loaded centre pin. Nice throw on it. Now this one, I've got to mention this. This one, when I was squeezing the bottle, I was having a slight seepage from that joint where the 510 pin comes out in the delving, but it was only like a little bubble of juice. But the addition of a small O-ring has cured that problem. So it's just a quirk, easily fixable. You just unscrew that delving piece and pop your O-ring underneath the spring on the 510 pin, and then screw it all back up, and it seals it up nice and tight. So, had to be mentioned. Very nice. And here is the SQ Predator. This one is by far my favourite. It's the normal, familiar form factor. It's got Predator embossed on the side. Same 510. This one is feels a lot more rigid and rugged in the hand. It's got a very nice Predator face embossed on the front. Really nice feeling, guys, this one. The feel on this one's a bit more rougher than this and a bit more rugged. But the button on this one's a lot better as well. It's raised, as you can see, and the throw is really short. Door pulls off like so. You've got your magnets. You got that baggie as well in this one. Same sort of inlay as the Xbox. All crisp, clean, pure copper contacts. Very nice. Same bottle. Now compared to something like this, this is the Xbox clone I bought in for my segment in the Saturday Night Vaporwave. If you haven't watched it already, go and check it out. This is just a piece of shit. Really cheap, tacky feeling, cheap ABS. The bottle on this is just shit. Compared to this, it's just a piece of crap. And it's hard to believe that this is only £15, £20 more than this one. And for that kind of money, you're getting a decent quality 3D printed squonker. The bottle just fits in like so, really easily. Door just fits on. So that nice, clean, crisp design. I've had no problems putting my batteries in and out. As you can see, all I do is I pop it in the bottom first, positive down, push down, and let it sit in. And there you go. No problems tearing my wraps. Pop it, give it a whack, and it will come straight out. Let's do some quick measurements on these. Right, it's 85mm from top to bottom, 45mm width, and I make it 25mm depth. And this one, pretty much the same, a little bit bigger, 46mm on the width. 26 on the depth and 83 on the length. So this one is going to support up to a 25mm, just fine with no overhang. This one a 26mm with no overhang. Here it is next to a Snowwolf 200 watt. It's about the same size roughly, guys. A little bit bigger on the width. And this one, pretty much the same. So, there you go. Now, I have been reading on the forums. Some people are talking about getting a 2700 battery in this mod. Well, I can honestly say it is highly possible. I've done the measurements, I've done the math, and I reckon if you come down to a thinner bottle and flush this plate out at the bottom so it's level with the base, you could definitely get one in there. The measurements seem to work, so it's highly doable. To some of you experienced customizers out there, I'm sure you could manage it. That's an added bonus. There they are, guys. The SQ Predator and the SQ Xbox. Cheap, minimalistic, great design, just awesome. So, let's go back up top. We'll throw some juice in the bottles, get some RDAs on them, and have a vape. Come on then. And we're back. So what do I think of these? Guys, they are awesome. For the money you are paying, you're getting a great deal. So, is there any cons? Well, the answer is no. There is only one on the Xbox, but I can't call it a con. I'm going to have to call it more of a quirk. Because when I was squonking the bottle, I was getting a small droplet of juice popping out of the 510. But that was easily fixed with the addition of a small O-ring. Now the reason I call it a quirk is because some of their high-end counterparts have this problem also. Especially the ones fitted with the Fat Daddy V4 510. Because the one I got just pisses juice everywhere. And I've seen a lot of complaints on the forums about the Fat Daddy line. Then you have the material it's printed with. These being nylon. It's not the strongest of manufacturing processes, and 3D printing is not an exact science. You're always going to get some variances, especially when they are mass produced. But it just means you have to baby them a little bit more than normal. That being said, you're not paying 200 quid for these mods, so you ain't going to have an heart attack when you see your mod slip out your hand and go crashing to the floor. As for the Predator, that has got no cons. It's been flawless from day one, and it's still kicking ass. Now pros. Both of these have got the same pros. Affordability. They are both priced around $35 to $40 or pounds, depending on where you live. Availability. 3F Vape have them in stock, Fastech have them in stock, and Pro Vapes here in the UK also has them in stock. Quality. The quality on these guys is excellent, right down to the full copper contacts, the fit and finish, the look and feel in the hand. They feel very high-end and comfortable to hold. Add the pros of maybe some customization with the 2700 batteries, as I mentioned in the up close. And all in all, guys, you're getting a bargain. You're getting a banging little mod for minimal money. If you're new to squonking, these are going to be an awesome choice. Instead of buying one of them crappy clones, pay that few extra bucks and get one of these. What ain't just a cheap knockoff, but has had some real R&D and time and effort put into them. And also as an excellent company with a track record producing them. I mean, the first one I bought from 3F Vape, and it was one of the first initial run ones. It had a few issues, but I emailed the company and got a reply within a few hours. From Jack, who is actually the CEO of Yiloong. He couldn't apologise enough and assured me the next run would be corrected. And sure enough, he was true to his word with these little puppies. In my opinion, that's what makes a good company. They listen to their consumers and they react and they address issues. Awesome. Now, if you are new to these kind of mods, please do your own work first before buying one. Research your battery safety, research your ohms law. Please, I can't stress this enough. Do your own work on the safety, because these are purely mechanical mods. There is no safety features built in. If you stick a battery in this and something is wrong, it's going to get saved pretty quick. So I'll say it again, please do your own work before purchasing one. So let's have a vape. On the Predator, I have the Pulse 22, which is an awesome pairing for this mod. I've got it all blacked out. I've got a 0.2 ohm single coil build in it and a fresh battery straight off the charger. Let's have a vape. Squonky. Lovely. And on the Xbox, I have the Azatoth RDA, also with a 0.2 ohm single core and a fresh battery straight from the charger. Let's have a vape on this. Squonky. Awesome vape. Lovely jubbly. As you can see, they're both as hard and true. I haven't got all the fancy equipment to test the voltage drop, but what I do have is experience with mechanical mods, because that was all we had back in the day before regulated started taking off. So I do know what a fresh 18650 should feel like in a mech. And these hit hard as they should. Me personally, I prefer the SQ Predator, just because of the familiar form factor, and I prefer the blacked out look. But the SQ Xbox is a really good mod also. For the price you're paying for these guys, you're getting a banging deal. So get in there and get one ordered while you can. And that's it guys, for another review. I'll catch you on the next one, and remember, smoking kills. Choose life.